In last video, we discussed about the Nicha Bhanga Rajyog and what are the conditions of the Nicha Bhanga Rajyog when it is considered as Nicha Bhanga Rajyog and many other scenarios wherein it works. In this video, we are going to talk about another important yoga in Vedic astrology, which is known as Panch Mahapurush Yoga. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You will be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. And these videos will help you go further, faster into Vedic astrological studies. If you have any question, add me on Instagram at Pramanic Astrology. I read all the DMs and I reply to almost all the DMs. If you have any queries around the topics of my videos, just go to that video and put your query in the comment section. I read all the comments and I reply to almost all the comments. So waiting for you there. Okay, so let's jump into what is Panch Mahapurush Yoga. Let's break this word. Pancha literally means 5. Mahapurush is a great being. And Yoga literally means the yoga. The literal meaning of the word yoga is to combine. So whenever you will come across yoga in Vedic astrology, like Saraswati Yoga, Lakshmi Yoga, Khala Yoga, Daridra Yoga, Sarvartha Siddhi Yoga, and many other yogas, and positive, negative, all kinds of yoga. Yoga is nothing but a combination. And combination of what? It is the combination of the planet. Like Buddhaditya Yoga, a very common yoga. Buddha is the word for the Mercury. Aditya is the word for sun. So Buddhaditya Yoga literally means when sun and Mercury comes in conjunction. Okay, so conjunction is the basis of the yoga. Another yoga, Gajakesari Yoga. It is nothing but the placement of the Jupiter and moon together, or maybe in angle, and other conditions of the yoga. But yoga literally means the combination of the planet, union of the planet. Okay. What is Panch Mahapurush Yoga? Pancha literally means 5. Mahapurush is great beings, and Yoga is, as we discussed, is the union of the planet. Okay, so Pancha Mahapurush is one of the prominent yogas explained into the classics for 5 planets. What are those 5 planets? Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. These are the 5 planets which are involved in Panch Mahapurush Yoga. These are nothing but the 5 divine archetypes of the people. Interesting part about the Panch Mahapurush Yoga is these are standalone yogas. What do I mean by standalone yoga? In yoga, as we discussed earlier, for the Buddhaditya, Gajakesari, Lakshmi, Saraswati, or any kind of yoga, there has to be either the lords, the condition is regarding the lords of the houses placed in somewhere or conjunct somewhere, but there is always one or more planet involved. But in Panch Mahapurush Yoga, there is only one planet involved. 5 planets, 5 types of people, 5 great beings, 5 Mahapurush. Okay, so these are nothing but the 5 divine archetype of the people. Let's jump in. First is created by Mars. It is called as the Ruchak Yoga. And how exactly is this yoga formed? When Mars is in its own sign, or the sign of exaltation is into the house number 1, 4, 7, 10. This forms the Ruchak Yoga. And what are the effects of Ruchak Yoga? What if you have Ruchak Yoga in your birth chart? It gives the best of the results of the Mars. It makes you strong physically, mentally. It will make you brave. It will give you all the positive traits of the Mars in your chart. Next divine archetype is Mercury, and Mercury forms the Bhadra Yoga. Bhadra Yoga is the second of the Mahapurush Yoga, which is formed by Mercury. And the condition for it is Mercury should be in your 1, 4, 7, 10 houses, and it has to be in its own sign, and it has to be in its own sign, or it has to be into its sign of exaltation. Okay, Bhadra literally means good. You will see the word Bhadra in many of the classical texts or Sanskrit shlokas. The Bhadra literally means good. When you have Mercury in 1, 4, 7, 10 house of your horoscope in its own sign or sign of exaltation, it gives the best of the Mercurian qualities to that person, which is what a businessman, young, energetic, witty, communication, intelligence, all these can be seen when you have the Mercurian divine archetype Bhadra Yoga in your horoscope. Third is Hansa Yoga. Okay, and it is formed by Jupiter. When Jupiter is in the house number 1, 4, 7, 10 and is in its own sign and the sign of exaltation, it forms the Hansa Yoga. The sign of exaltation for Jupiter is Cancer. I forgot to tell you about the rest too. Mars gets exalted into the sign of Capricorn. Mercury is exalted into the sign of Virgo, and its own sign is Gemini. For Jupiter, the own sign is Sagittarius and Pisces, and it's exalted into the sign of Cancer. So when a person has Jupiter in these three rashis, Cancer, Pisces, or Sagittarius, and these three rashis are in either of 1, 4, 7, 10 house of your horoscope, it makes a person with a Jupiterian divine archetype. And this creates the Hansa Yoga. And Hansa Yoga is about the Jupiterian qualities. So the person who has the Hansa Yoga in its chart will have all the best of the Jupiterian qualities in his personality. Okay, and one of the interesting thing, if you observe those who are into the highest divine or spiritual journey, those who have achieved the enlightenment, or those who are at a very high stage of high level of consciousness, these people are called as Paramahans, like Paramahans Yogananda or Ramakrishna Paramahans. So we have very few Paramahans. Okay? They were known as the Paramahans because they are spiritually so advanced and conscious. They have the best of the Jupiterian qualities, which is required for the spiritual enhancement, spiritual progress in life. So yes, this is the Jupiterian divine archetype. The next Panch Mahapurush Yoga, the fourth one, is the Sasha Yoga. Sasha literally means a rabbit, and it is connected with the Saturn divine archetype. Let me explain you about this. When you have Saturn in its sign of exaltation, that is Libra, or in its own sign, Capricorn or Aquarius, and these are into your Kendra sthan 1, 4, 7, 10, then it gives rise to the Sasha Yoga. Okay, Sasa literally means rabbit. And what is the rabbit has to do with Saturn? If you look at the rabbit, he's always looking for something. His eyes, excuse me, his ears are wide open and he's always alert. He is alert. He does not trust anybody. Do you connect this with Saturn? He is always alert, who is conscious and who does not trust anybody. Okay, that's why the Sasa is connected with the Saturn archetype. Okay, when you have Libra ascendant and Saturn in the first house, Taurus ascendant, Saturn in the 10th house, Aries ascendant, Saturn in the 10th house. So this forms the fourth Panch Mahapurush Yoga, Sasa Yoga in your birth chart. The next one, the Malavya Yoga. Malavya Yoga is the fifth divine archetype represented by Venusian qualities. When a person has Venus in its own sign, like Taurus or Libra, or the sign of exaltation, the Pisces, in the first, fourth, seventh, and 10th house, that is the Kendra house, then this gives rise to the Malavya Yoga. Malavya, the word Malavya itself does not have a meaning, but it is one of the ancient Indian place which was known for the luxury and which was known for the luxuries and comforts. So these are the, and what are the effect of the Malavya Yoga? It gives the best of the Venusian qualities. Okay, it will make you kind, compassionate, beautiful, one who loves comforts, who is into arts, and all that is representing the Venusian qualities into the native. When you are judging the Panch Mahapurush Yoga, you should not jump to a conclusion like, yes, I have a Panch Mahapurush Yoga, so I'm going to be the great. You will see this yoga quite often in the birth charts of the people. But you have to look for the other planetary alignments, other planetary forces influencing or not influencing this yoga in order to calculate the strength of this yoga and how this yoga is going to manifest through the house lordships and the planetary placement and the dasha sequence. Like Saturn in the sign of Libra in the first house would be different, in the second house would be different, excuse me, in the fourth house would be different, seventh house would be different, it will get an additional strength. In the 10th house it will be altogether different. Okay, if Saturn is into the Libra and Jupiter is into the Aries, it is aspecting, mutually aspecting, this will create another scenario. So you have to think about all these when you are judging a horoscope. Don't just jump to the conclusion, yes, he has the Malavya Yoga, so he is going to rock the world, he is going to have the best of the luxuries in the world. No, it doesn't work like that. It may be the case that he is having the best of the Venusian qualities, or the person with the Jupiterian archetype, the Jupiter Panch Mahapurush Yoga has the best of the Jupiterian qualities, but you have to analyze first before you conclude. Do the basic analysis. You don't need to go to the advanced techniques. I strongly believe that basics of astrology is the advanced astrology. Advanced astrology is nothing but the application of the basic astrology to the next level. Okay, so if you are new to the Vedic astrology, so if you are learning Vedic astrology, don't jump to the advanced techniques as of now. Don't think about them. Just try to get one thing at a time right. And don't forget that, because next time you will have an overwhelming rules and complications to take care of. Okay, so but don't get overwhelmed or get scared of it. It will be fun, trust me on this, but just stick to the basics. That is the key to get the best out of the advanced techniques. So yes, this was Panch Mahapurush Yoga as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you have any question, comment down below. What to watch next? I have a playlist with the retrograde planets. You can watch that. Or you can watch how to get started into Vedic astrology. These two playlists I highly recommend to get started into Vedic astrology. And if you want to know more about your relationships, I have a different playlist for all the relationship videos which I have made. You can go and check that videos as well. Okay. So yes, this is it. Sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace.